today we are going to do a strength, stretch, upper, lower workout on 50-10, which means that we're going to move from the upper body to the lower body, back up to the upper body, and we're going to do a strength exercise followed by a stretch of that area and just kind of free form through it. I actually don't have distinct exercises planned, but I know I'm going to use some dumbbells. I'll use some heavy dumbbells and a set of light dumbbells. I may use my Oogie ball. I am certainly going to use a strap. So you need something like a belt to your bathrobe or a belt or something like this to help you stretch, okay? So I'm going to use this for a couple different stretches, and I'm just going to kind of intuitively go through strengthening and stretching each body part, okay? And let's just see how that happens, how we enjoy that, all right? Something a little different today. Okay, so the first exercise, I already know we're going to work our triceps. I'm going to use this ball, but you don't have to use this ball. I'm going to do tricep extensions. So I'm going to grab a 15-pound dumbbell, and you can just grab whatever you want, all right? And then I'm going to do tri presses. If you don't have a ball, you can just simply do them standing up, all right? 15-pound dumbbell on the ball, and here we go. That bell is quite quiet. I didn't realize how quiet it was. Set at, and squeeze, and down. So this exercise, you are focusing on the back of your arms, squeezing them as you lift the weight. And you want to keep it pressed in this position and not coming up here, because then you're using your lats and you're rotating at the, or you're pivoting at your shoulder joint instead of just your elbow joint. So directly following this, we're going to go into a tricep stretch. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to turn this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to lean this back behind me, and I'm going to reach back and grab it like this and pull. Okay, so the tricep that I'm stretching is the one obviously up, okay? So you're pulling with this back arm, you're pulling your hand down toward your spine, and you're pushing your arm back behind you. This is a massive tricep stretch. It feels amazing. And at the 25-second mark, I'm gonna switch sides. Here we go. Reach back, grab it, and pull. Oh, feels fantastic. Following the strength of the stretch. Okay, we have 13 seconds to decide what we're going to do now. We've got to shift to lower body. This is fun. Kind of just, what are we gonna do? So I think the easiest thing to do would be go into squats. So we're gonna do some squats. I'm gonna throw that down, and we're going to do some squats on the bell. I'm gonna grab some weights. Grab my 15s, and I'm gonna go straight down into a squat. Down into the squat and stand it up. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Down, squeeze the glutes at the top. So when we go into our stretch, I'm going to stretch the back side of my legs, because right now I'm the position of my squat and the squeeze of the glutes at the top. It's working the back side of my legs, my glutes and my hamstrings, so we're gonna stretch that. Sinking it down, press it up. Sink it down, press it up. With the weights like this kind of comes in the same category as a deadlift, where you're working your glutes and your hamstrings. All right, we're gonna lie down and get ready for our stretch. Hamstring stretch, this is the best one that there is. You can wrap your belt or just put it around the ball of your foot, lie down, and you're just gonna pull, try to straighten out that leg. You guys know me, I have massively tight hamstrings, so it's about as far as I can go right now. No giggling. That's it, so you wanna pull up into the stretch, hold it there, kind of let it go out of the stretch a little bit, and then back into the stretch. This is kind of nice, this belt, because you know, I'm gonna stay here for a whole a whole 50 seconds on one side and then the other. So you can, because it's on the ball of your foot, you can pull it toward you, and you're pulling, you're stretching your calf muscle as well. Oh, down, try to keep that leg straight. Ooh, it's so difficult for me. Okay, I'm simply gonna change feet, change sides. Oh my goodness. After these first couple days of this challenge, we really want to be focusing on that stretch. And you're going to let it go out of the stretch and back into the stretch. Pulling it toward you until you really feel that stretch, and then you can pull your toe toward you and feel stretch that calf muscle. Out of the stretch, back into the stretch. So now we're going to, in 15 seconds, we're going to do an upper body strength move. What shall we do? What shall we do? I think I'm going to do bench press. So I'm going to get on the big stability ball, and I'm going to use my 15 pounders. Okay, so again, I'm going to grab the 15 pounders, like this. I'm going to get on the ball, come back up to bridge, and here we go. Straight up and down. So what are we going to want to stretch after this? We've got to stretch our upper body, and we've got to stretch the front. Stretch our pectoralis muscles, stretch our bicep muscles. So I'm going to show you how to do that just against the wall. Really, what is going on in this workout / stretch session is we're warming up the muscle before we stretch it, which is fantastic because if you think about how much easier it is to stretch a rubber band that is warm versus a rubber band that's cold, it's just the same kind of idea. If your muscle tissue is warm, it's easier to stretch. Okay, so I'm going to put my hand flat against the wall here, guess palm, fingers back against the wall, and just push my chest forward and just kind of step into it and walk it forward. You're going to feel the stretch from your wrist all the way up through your hand, through your pectoralis muscle, and just press it forward. Try to keep your hands straight or your arms straight and push into it. At the 25-second, I'm going to switch sides. Sorry to put my back towards you. Don't want to be rude. Then press that side of your chest forward. Ooh, yes. I'm feeling that stretch all the way through the front of my arm. Okay, lower body. What do we do? All right, ready? We're going to do a static lunge. I'm going to grab some weights for this too. If we're not doing that much, why not make it have an impact, right? All right, sinking the knee and pressing it up tall. So I've got 30 pounds here. Sinking and press it up tall. So I'm obviously going to have to do both sides, right? So we're going to stay on one side for the full 50 seconds, and then we'll do the other side, and then I'm going to show you an amazing quad stretch. Because, even though this is working glutes and everything, the quad is, for me, predominantly getting worked on both legs, but the back leg. Press it up. 5 seconds. And press it up. Okay, we're going to keep our 30 pounds and we're going to just switch sides. I'm going to switch and face you. Hi. How you doing? Are you enjoying today? It's a little different. Something a little different. Sink that back knee and press it up tall. You're not doing any curling or anything with the weights because this is all about just adding weight to your lower body move. And press it up tall. You guys ready for your massive quad stretch? It's really one that if you have tight quads or hip flexors, you should do every day. We should all be stretching every day, right? I don't always remember but it really should happen every day. 15 seconds. Oh! Sink it down and bring it up. Sink it down and bring it up. Okay, now you get to go against your couch, your wall, anything that you have that you can go against. We're gonna do one leg and then the other. Take one knee into the corner of where the floor meets the wall, toe up like this, and then you're gonna step your foot like this. If you're gonna stretch already here, fine. If you need an extra stretch, then just pop yourself up like this. Ooh, what? Massive stretch, and it feels fantastic, especially after we just worked it. So we heated up the muscle, and now we are really affecting some good stretching here. Lean yourself back into that wall. For some people who are incredibly limber, this is one stretch that always still gets them. Some of my clients are like, I'm just not feeling stretched. And we do this one and they're like, oh my goodness, mercy. Okay, whoa. I'm gonna switch sides. Put the other knee into the crook of the wall and floor. Pop it up and bring it up. Oh my. This side is a little tighter for me. Surprisingly, I thought it would be this side. And breathe. Breathing is very important during stretching. Each time you exhale, I want you to think about the area that we're trying to stretch and just try to focus on relaxing it. As you exhale, just relax. You know, some people say breathe into the muscle stretch. You know, whatever, however you want to say it. Just make sure you're focusing on relaxation during the exhale. 10 seconds. What are we doing next, guys? Upper body. Upper body stretch. All right. I'm going to grab a light-ish set of dumbbells, 5s. I'm going to sit on my stability ball, but you can do this standing up. No big deal. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to have my weights out to the sides. I'm going to lift them out laterally, bring them together, tap them, bring them back out lateral and down. So I'm working my upper traps, my shoulder, all the muscles of my shoulder girdle, my delts, everything. And the stretch that I'm going to show you next is going to be some magic happiness. Just trust me. If you've done a stretch workout with me before, you've done this next stretch and you've probably incorporated it into your weekly stretching because it's fantastic. If you work in an office, this is a great stretch to just kind of do once throughout the day or twice throughout the day. It's a lot of us hold stress in our shoulders and this relaxes your shoulders. Okay, all right. I think the best way to do this is kind of like at a diagonal so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take a towel, the belt, whatever you have, and you're going to grab it with your hands, palms down, reach away from your body and pull like you're trying to rip that belt in half. So you're punching away from your body and ripping that thing in half at the same time. You will immediately feel this across your shoulders. Punch. Now push your shoulders down away from your ears at the same time as you are ripping that belt in half and punching away from your body. Now we're going to take it just that tiny bit further. You already feel it in your shoulders. I know you do because I do. And we're going to take our right ear down to the right shoulder. Keep pushing and keep ripping that belt apart. So I'm going to go forward so you guys can kind of see. Pushing your shoulders down away from your ears. I'm going to go up and over to the other side. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to work our hips, our glutes and our hips. Now mind you, we're just kind of going off the cuff here. So I don't know where the timer's at. We're just going to have to end when we end. All right, we're working glutes. So you're going to tap down and bring it up tall. If you don't have one of these balls, you can just be on the ground and lift your hips up, squeeze your glutes at the top, and sink it down. If you are on a ball, don't let the ball roll like this because then you're doing a leg press, not a glute bridge, okay? Squeeze your glutes up tall, down, squeeze your glutes up. Squeeze, squeeze, and then we're going to do pigeon on each side for a minute, which is going to be so beneficial to us. It's going to be fantastic. This workout is not about, oh, we're going to build a bunch of muscle. It's about warming up our currently fatigued tight muscles so that we get a really solid stretch. Okay, put that guy over there. You guys ready to do pigeon? Okay, so you're on your hands and knees. You're gonna bring your knee up to your hand, sweep your foot in between here, so it's now underneath your hips, and walk your back leg back. So you're now in this position, and then you're just gonna come down to your elbows. If that's a massive stretch in this hip area, groovy, leave it there. If you need extra, then you can come all the way down and just lay. I don't need extra. I'm gonna be right here. Oh my gracious. All right, so you're stretching all through in here, your piriformis muscle, just all through your hips. If you carry a lot of stress in your hips, this is gonna feel fantastic. Don't be alarmed if the leg that you have tucked under you starts to feel kind of tingly in your foot. That's just how it goes. And then when you come up, which is right now, oh, the blood will rush back into that foot and you'll be fine. Okay, back to the hands and knees. Knee comes up, sweep that leg under, walk your foot back, and sink down and come back down. So you'll probably notice that one hip is tighter than the other, that one hip was just like completely screaming and the other one's not. We all are off balance as far as our flexibility and tightness of muscles and stuff, and that's okay. That's normal. This is not a super comfortable position for anyone, so if you feel almost like anxious in this position, that's completely normal. Same as every other stretch, I want you to focus on your exhale and breathe and relax. As you exhale, let the weight of your body just press into that hip and open it up. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. All right. Upper body, what should we do? I know what we're going to do. I'm going to use a weight because I don't want to throw the oogie ball in there if you guys don't have it. I'm going to get a 10. And again, I'm going to sit down, but you don't need to. We're going to start at one shoulder here, and we're going to go up and over the head to this shoulder, and then go around the tree to this shoulder. Okay, so just making a big circle in front of you. Up and over and around. Up and over. Draw a big circle. Up and over. I don't want you to just go out like a triangle, like go boom, boom. I want you to try to make that circle. So you're going to go up and over, big circle. Up and over, big circle. And keep the knobs of the dumbbell parallel to each other, which means you're not going to go like this, over like this, okay? You're coming from here, up and over, and then go around in the front, boom. Okay, now we're going to go the opposite direction, okay? Got to go both directions. So now we're going to start on this side. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed down. You're going to go up and over, and now we're going this direction. Up and over, and this direction. This is not easy. Up and over, and you want to keep it as you go around your tree. I want you to keep it at shoulder height. So don't let it drop low. Up and over, and press. Up and over, and press. And we're going to do a super basic stretch for your arms after this, but it's one of those ones that's been around forever because it's fantastic. Yeah. Reach it around, up, and reach it around, up, reach it around, up. Okay, super basic stretch for right here, for this whole area. I'm gonna just go ahead and stand up. Okay, you're gonna take your hands, wrap them around the back of your body, clasp them, push down, and then lift up. Oh, it's fantastic. Press your chest forward, lift your hands high. I can feel this stretch massively through the top of my shoulders here. And just focus on it. If you want to do like a little extra deep and go yoga, you can come forward and let the hands come up over your head this way. Wow, I can feel this like swoop down into my lats. Here, reaching it up and away from your body. Woo, 12 seconds. I don't want to ignore our tiny, muscles of our legs, are tinier than up here. We're going to do a calf muscle raise, okay? So once you come out like a sumo squat, and then you're going to go down in the sumo squat and lift, lift up onto your toes and drop them down. Lift up on your toes and drop them down. Every time you come up off the ground, you're tightening those calf muscles and down. Lift it up and down. Just holding this squat for 50 seconds all by itself is wonderful and challenging, and then you add your calf squeeze and it makes it awesome. And then we're going to stretch our calf muscles, obviously, after this. I wonder how much time we have left. You guys know because you're watching the timer, but I don't have that benefit. I have no idea, I'm just going. In fact, after the 20 minutes, I'll probably keep stretching because it feels great. Squeeze up tall and down. Okay, we're gonna do a good old-fashioned runner stretch, okay? Even if the time is up by then, we're gonna finish the stretch. Oh my gosh, this is it. Completed. Activity completed. But I promised you a calf stretch, so we're gonna do a calf stretch together, okay? This is great. So you're just gonna come down kind of like in the plank position and push yourself up into yoga downward dog, and you're gonna push one heel down and just breathe and let that heel go down. Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. Down, and then up and to the other side. So I'm gonna move this way so you guys can see. I'm pushing one heel down and just really let it go all the way up the back of your leg. And then switch. Beautiful. And switch. So this was kind of like, we were doing static stretches, which you really should do after you work out. Switch. But we were doing them in an active way in that we warmed up the muscles first, and I think that's optimal. And switch a couple more times. Wow, my body just wants to do this. Like 10 more times. All right. So we kind of just worked all through the body, and I feel right now like I want to do a workout. So if you've just finished this and now you're just like, wow, I'm all prepped and stretched and ready, then pick one of the other workouts and go for it. All right, see you guys tomorrow.